Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Seasunsalsa podcast number 16. Woof! And again, a special guest, a friend of mine from USA. Actually, he's from South America, Peru, if I'm not wrong. A great name in the mambo community, Adolfo Indacochea. But before I bring him into the studio, just want to say this is the Seasunsalsa podcast is all about keeping the connection with you, dear community. To try to kind of give you a window in the backstage of what is happening in the world of professional dance, dancers, organizers alike, to kind of see what is happening, what we're planning for the community, how we are striving at this moment. The hope all professionals, not just us, and also to keep connection with you, maybe to answer a lot of your questions that you might have at this point now. But as I said, it's most important we keep doing something because this period is tough for everybody, and who knows what you guys are going through. So if we can, as professionals, provide you with some information, support, or anything else through this period, that's what we aim for. So the topic of this this time podcast is future of dance events. The third edition. The first two I had with Robert Robert White from London, which organizes Mambo City events in UK. Also Moaz Konate from Paris International Salsa Congress, and now a talk with a great dancer, artist, but also a versatile person who does also business, organizing, a lot of other stuff. With my pleasure to bring you Adolfo to the stage. Hello, guy. Hello, Adolfo.
Hi, Roger. How are you? Great to be here. Always, it's nice to talk to you after so many years of friendship, and it's connect with the community is so important. And I always say, like, you're one of those that as a promoter has the lead and push the community forward, and that's very important because in moments like this is when we need those people going forward. So I appreciate that you're doing this, and each of us as dancer promoters, whatever we have our role in this community, we need to try to keep moving forward. It's the only way that community is going to stay healthy, and we're going to be able to pick up again.
Yes, definitely. Being a long time in this community, and everybody who basically is professional at this point, you cannot escape from certain responsibility. How tough it is, to also be here for the community when the times are rough. And I think you are also doing a great job and inspiring a lot of people. So Adolfo, without further ado, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I want to know too the answer. So let's just skip to today. Mamboland 2021. I think we all know the answers, but if you can say anything you can say publicly right now, maybe it's good to hear it.
Of course, I'm gonna say the same thing that we communicate to all our attendants at the beginning of January. Late last year, like around October, November, we were having some hope, because things seemed like after summer they were getting better in Italy and everything, and then all of a sudden, second wave or third wave, whatever it is, came, and Italy right now is in a situation, it's very bad. It's even they have quarantines by regions. Like for example, if you are in the south of Italy, you cannot go to the north of Italy if you don't have your residence there. It's really bad. You cannot even move in the same country. And of course, all events, all gatherings, nightclubs, everything is closed. And we were trying to wait until last minute because we were thinking maybe the best option was going to be doing a small version of Mamboland to maybe 200-300 people, but that is not going to be possible. So we needed to communicate to our guests, and I'm going to say exactly the same thing that we said. We were to listen, guys, country's closed. Nothing much we can do. We're going to have to move for 2022. Of course, we're taking all the passes and all the hotels to 2022, and it was kind of hard because when you have to cancel 1 year, and then hoping that next year you're going to do it, and then have to tell your customers, your attendants, and the people that have support you again, we have to move it again. It's not nice. And then, but I have to say thank you to everybody, from our customers, our attendants, because they've been awesome. Like, I have to give you some history of this, right? When we canceled the first time, I think I was the first.
That was my next question, but feel free to go it without me asking.
when we canceled the first edition, I have a few very angry customers, with reason. You're canceling because you want to. This is nothing. In 2 months, we're gonna be dancing again. But I always say, like, I like to say that I have an eye to see a little bit further into the future, and I knew that wasn't gonna be the case. But after like a month or so, same people that wrote me at the beginning start writing me back, right? Listen, apologize for my last email. I understand the situation, blah blah. And of course, you gave to the most important question that all promoters get: refunds. Because of course people pay for something that they haven't gotten, and they want the refunds. And when you cancel an event, maybe you still have 8-9 months ahead. It's one thing. When you have an event that is coming in a month, because that's what happened to me. It was a month and 15 days, I think.
Just to interrupt you, for those who are watching us and maybe don't know, Adolfo is, beside the artist role, he's organizing several events under the name Mamboland in several continents, actually.
Yes.
And the one that was first hit was his first was the original, let's say, Mamboland. I don't know, third or fourth edition of this event in Milan in April. I was supposed to come there. I still have the hotel booking. I hope you're going to do it next year too.
Yeah. Definitely.
So just want to give this piece of information. And you were basically one of the first ones hit by this, and least time. Basically, you invested already almost a lot to make the event happen.
Yeah, because you already pay deposit of hotels, you already pay singers, musicians, and first class ticket, and then just as an anecdote, just to make that thing even better. I remember that a week before the pandemic came out, Air Italy, I don't know if you heard of that airline from Italy. They went bankruptcy 1 week before the pandemic. So all my tickets from New York, that were like 12 tickets, were canceled. No refunds. They said, we're going to give you a refund, but we don't know when. So I bought them all again. I bought them all, and then the pandemic hit, and of course you get credit for the flights and stuff like that, but nothing happened. So I have to say that the way that what we told our customers was, I was speaking with Cheyenne, with my business partner. We're like, you know what? Our customers deserve the truth. We need to be honest with them. So we tell them, listen, guys, we would love to give right now refunds to everybody like that. Like we just wash our hands, and we are start from the beginning, and we're good. But at this moment, with all the expenses already made, with all taxes, of course, already paid, because that's one thing that you don't escape. Like you have to pay sales taxes from the previous year. It's not like they're telling us, don't worry, pandemic's here, let's just roll the taxes. So we're like, listen, we wouldn't be able right now to give full refund. So what we're gonna do is gonna pass all passes to next year, and whoever won't be able to come, as soon as we come out with official sales, all the first sales is gonna go through our list of people that is not able to come. I'm gonna give them their full refund. So that's the agreement that we reached with people. And I have to say, Vladimir, like. It was like I felt like a huge weight coming out of myself, because people have answered so well. If I was thankful before, now I'm even more thankful, and I'm even with more will that to like try to do a better event next year. I even have like I would say like over 15-20 people that send me an email. Adolfo, you know what? Thank you for the email. We're gonna give you our ticket. Take it as a donation. But I'm gonna pay for my next Mamboland, and I hope you make it. And that is just tell you how we still have hope. There's still people that actually it's believes in this scene, believes on the work that we do, and that is just motivating, and we cannot disappoint them. So next year we're gonna have to come back stronger. And of course, for if there's anybody from Mamboland here that already booked a hotel like you, like we try to say, like as you saw this year, we didn't offer the whole package with a hotel because it was a little bit tricky. So we have everybody booking straight to the hotel. So
Mhm.
we try our best, of course, to speak with the hotel and tell them, to give their refunds. But they run a business. They use the laws from Italy. In Italy, they were like, you don't have to give refunds. You have to just give them the same reservation for the next time, and that's what the hotel is doing. So whoever have the hotel, remember, you haven't lost it. It's just you're going to be able to use that reservation whenever you decide to come to Milan again.
Yeah, I think it's very. You mentioned it very good. It's very important when the things happen how we as a dance scene organizers and artists have reacted to, let's say, our customers and clients, because the people were hit not only by cancellation of events in dance industry, postponements. They were hit on every front. So if one person had a ticket with you, maybe with some other events, the booking with the hotel with you and some other events, or me and plus they maybe planned a holiday trip to somewhere else, and everything got canceled. When you take in total sum, it might be a big amount of money for some. So making the most out of it to kind of either compensate people or show them the best possible intentions and the way that you are in their debt and that you will pay your debt and you care about the connection and the trust they gave to you. That is, I think, the best way to keep this relationship. And at one point, I think people realized this crisis hits big time everybody. And as you said, as a customer that was at the beginning angry, realized it. And I think we all realized that this is something that is kind of disrupting the world in a way we as a generation don't know it in such scale. But let me just continue then. You mentioned you're going to make the Mamboland. So let's keep this topic. And can you explain or tell, so you are still planning to do Mamboland. If I remember,
Yes.
you do it in 3 places, in China, in Europe, and in Canada.
And we were going to do it in Mexico in December last year.
Yes, that was supposed to be there. So my question to you is, do you still plan, knowing that when we come back, we might not come back as strong in the terms of number of people?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, I know that Mamboland audience is somehow passionate guys that stick for a long time. It's not like your regular beginner, salsa beginner, they just want to come there and maybe, dance a little bit and then find a girl or find a guy and then go away. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that Mamboland crowd is a passionate crowd that comes there because they expect something more. Mm-hmm. So I would say that Mamboland might feel the least dropouts in the next years if done right and on time and promoted well. Mm-hmm. Do you expect it the same, and how do you prepare for future Mamboland events?
I think there's an advantage and disadvantage about Mamboland, right? Like you said, like in an event that people comes because they're passionate about dancing, that is definitely an advantage. But the problem is that to give the same quality, most likely, depending on how well the crisis is handled, we're going to have to reduce everything. We're going to have to reduce the amount of people coming. We're going to have to reduce the amount of artists we have. But the quality has to be there, because that's the main key for Mamboland success. It has been the quality that we put into the teaching, into the live music, into the artists. So that is something that I cannot compromise. But at the same time, Vladimir, let me tell you that I believe that most events either gonna have to go to local versions of artists, right? Local version of artists, or they're gonna have to also raise up their game. They're gonna have to bring up their game and maybe invest more in well-known artists that give more quality to the event, and reduce the amount of artists that they will bring. I think somebody like you, for example, you know that each artist that you bring, it has a different role in your event, right? You know that maybe you bring Adolfo Indacochea and you put him to do like 15-hour classes, 4 shows, and maybe social dancing, like, that I'm going to come back down, but I'm going to be dancing 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and I go to sleep. But that you have your other artists that you have them there to dance since 10 at night to 6 a.m., So I believe now we need to reorganize that. We need to rethink what type of event until where we can reach with the budget that we're going to have, because all of us, we're not just going to have a limited budget for the people that is coming, but we're also going to have the debt that we have from the previous year or for the previous years. The cost of opportunity, like we're going to have to think a lot about the cost of opportunity to doing one thing or bringing one more artist and related to the amount of people, because we're definitely going to be playing a lot this year. It's going to be a lot of planning. I think, if, like you said, if we're smart and we help each other as a community, we can move forward. I already like even now that doing live events and stuff like that, with all due respect of artists, like you cannot be asking what you're asking for a live event doing a online event, right? Or if like you call me, Adolfo, I want you to next year in Croatia. Okay, Vladimir, like you have to give me the same, or I charge you more. That's not gonna work. We need to, all of us, we need to take a chill pill, realize that they open doesn't mean that, I'm gonna yes, I'm gonna get back everything that that I made. I didn't make in the past. So actually, it's gonna be, for me, it's like with all the promoters that have been working before for all these years, I'm actually trying to be like, listen, I help you out. How much you want me to come for this? Okay, listen, let's go this way, because we need to help each other. Otherwise, how we're gonna come back as a scene? That is very important. So I think it's gonna take a lot of planning, but doing it well, all of us are gonna be able to survive and push the scene back to where it was before.
Yeah, I think a lot of talks are being made in the around the topic that you just mentioned about the working together, how we're going to get things up. But I think it's talks worth mentioning, because I would say, as I just mentioned to you, that we will have a big drop in this number in this, if it happens at all year and in the next year, for many reasons. And I'm not the only one who sees this. And from the aspect of the event organizer, the number of people you have, the price of your pass, and how you're smart to make your budget work determines how much you can pay for the artist. Obviously, one of the things of this equation, the number of people is going to drop considerably. That's what I think. So let's just try to discuss this. Do you think, as again for the Mamboland, do you think the number of people in Mamboland is going to like drop considerably?
I think it's gonna drop because of limitations. Yeah. Not for the amount of people that would like to come, but it's gonna drop because of limitations. Because, like, let's be honest, like vaccines are rolling right now. I hope they roll so fast that we can all have our full events this year. That is not gonna happen, for my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong. For my understanding, that is not gonna happen. So most likely is that next Mamboland, the way I see it, is gonna be probably under 500 people, and probably everybody wearing masks during social dancing and during workshops, and that's gonna be the whole night. Wearing mask. The workshop is gonna have to be with 6 feet distance. And,
so you're speaking about 2022 Mamboland.
Yes, I believe 2022 we're gonna still have some restrictions. I believe so. I think they're gonna allow us since 2021 to have social parties, and maybe in summer events like yours, like they're open. Probably it's gonna be more relaxed because they're open. But I believe until probably half of next year, we're still gonna have restrictions due to the amount of space. Why? Because to have immunity to the virus, I believe we have to have at least 70% of people vaccinated, and that's not going to happen in a year. That's probably going to happen in a year and a half, 2 years. That's my belief. If then things change, thank God, we push everything and we'll go back normally. But I rather prepare myself to the worst scenario, to have a nice outcome, and if anything changes, it's just gonna make the event better for everybody.
Great. Just before we continue, thank you very much for everybody who is watching this podcast. And if you want to ask any questions, feel free to Adolfo or myself, and we'll try to answer to the extent it's possible to answer the question.
Exactly.
Adolfo, some might say, and me included in this, this kind of crisis, there are a lot of opportunities in this crisis too. One of the opportunity that we can speak about, or just, well, speaking is cheap, so we can at least speak about it, is redoing or repairing or refixing or restarting this scene in a new way. So I know this might be kind of awkward question, but if you would say, okay, we'll get out and we have a chance to fix this or that. Yes. So do you think something we can learn from the past and we can make things better for the scene to be in a way more better, in a way more better to the artists, better to the organizers, better to the community? Of course, it's your opinion, so feel free to say. Somebody might have their own opinion. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to tell you at least the most important things from each point of view, as a attendant, as a artist, and also as a promoter. Right? As a promoter, I think to regrow the scene in a way that it's gonna be consistent. It's gonna be better for everybody. Promoters, I think, not all of them, of course, but they need to realize that when they hire somebody, that weekend I work for you. Let's say you hire me for Croatia, right?
Yep.
I come, and if you put me to do a workshop at 6 a.m, I shut up, I do my work. If you tell me to be backstage at 9, I shut up, I come at 9. Why? Because you pay me for a service, right? If I will come, if you tell me, Adolfo, I would like you to come to Croatia for free, like, can you do me this favor, come for free, as a friend, I will go there, and probably I will tell you, Vladimir, I don't want to teach at 6. Oh, I don't want to do this or that. Why? Because I'm doing you a favor. So if I'm doing you a favor, you need to adapt to my schedule, right? But if you're hiring me, I'm getting paid for it. Like, promoters shouldn't be afraid to be like, oh, you didn't get there at 9 p.m. for the show. Well, I'm not gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you half of it. I'm gonna take one month of the show. And the main thing is that most artists think that is the opposite, right? It's like we all the promoters like are lucky to have us, and actually, like, it's the other way around. Promoters are hiring us for our service to deliver something. It's that's, I always hear so many promoters friends that they're running after the artist because, oh no, that one is late. Oh no, that one's always late. No, that one it didn't come to the class, or they complain about the food, or like, I hate a lot of food in many congresses I go. I'm telling you, I hate it. I'm not gonna say which congresses, but I don't like it. You know what I do? I get my own money and I go to a restaurant outside and I pay for my meal, and I don't make the promoter upset or knowing about it. I don't have to be, because a promoter, whatever the promoter gives you, that's what they organize for everybody, right? So as an artist, I think it's going to be a better community if we realize the roles. The promoter is the one hiring, and don't let the artist run your event, because that is going to be a mess. Yeah. The artists are there to provide a service, and like, of course, there are promoters that take advantage, but most of the time it has to be that way. I believe it has to be an order. A promoter pays for a service, the artist needs to deliver a service. The artist doesn't deliver a service like it's supposed to be, it's not on time, it doesn't show, brings an old show, just don't hire it. For me, it's as simple as that. That is from promoter's point of view. I don't know if you want to comment something before I pass to the artist point of view.
Well, this is the topic basically which deserves its own series of talks, and I completely agree with you. I would kind of say about this topic is about being professional, and we are all aware that our industry is very young, is like 20 years old, but in the last 10 years has seen a big development in hyper production of events, of artists, of dancers. And with that, unfortunately, the quality of business etiquette, professionalism has not followed. So so basically, in a way, we have a business relationship. We are still in the Wild West, so we have a lot of space to grow and learn, both as artists and promoters, in terms of not the art of dance, which artists quite we have really good quality artists out there, or not in doing events. We have very good events, could be better.
Yes, definitely.
But in a way, how we treat each other and how we work the business out, and that's basically is always left to the like everybody is doing it its own way, and there's no standard, as I see your comment, and I agree with that a lot.
Exactly. Actually, I'm gonna share with you. Fernando always tell me like, oh, when I speak with him, because we sometimes are surprised of something that like sometimes young artists or new artists do or say or whatever, and like Fernando always tell me, you know what, it's good because that means that we're gonna keep working until we become old, because if I like to believe like maybe when you pick me for your artist lineup, that there are another 3-4 artists that can represent mambo in a nice way, but maybe you're like, you know what, Adolfo doesn't give me any trouble, I know that he's going to deliver, so why do I change something that works, right? So I like to believe that is part also of why some promoters keep hiring you, right? Because you know that you're what you're paying for, it's it's not going to give you a headache, it's going to be one less thing that you have to worry about, so
well, I would kind of, my comment on this would be, if you don't put your game up, either as an artist or as a promoter or anything you do professionally, you're not going to be there for a long time, or not going to be as successful. So in a way, there's a natural selection how you do. And actually, for the events, you can see that many events come 1 to 3 years, and they never come back again. One of the reasons is tough. It is tough, but a lot of other reasons is because of lack of professionalism, either in lack of knowing how to make a successful event, or lack of negotiation, or some other business skills. So I completely agree with you. The top guys who master not only the dance or master only organization, you need to put up your game on several fronts. It's not just important today to know how to dance or know how to have a good venue and that's it. You need to put up your game. As you said, the quality will show itself, and it shows itself. The quality events have their customers for sure.
Exactly.
Before you continue with the artist's point of view side, Trevor has asked a question which I wanted to ask you. So he said, why do you think 2022 is still going to be dancing in mask and social distancing? I think you mentioned a little bit, but maybe you want to...
Yeah, well, for me, the main reason why I think that is because right now, for example, here in the States, we're still not allowed to social dance. We're still not allowed to have congresses. Well, in some states, like in Florida, they're allowed to do that events with masks and stuff. And China has probably 2-3 months ahead of us, and they start organizing a little bit. I believe now that the vaccine is rolling, it's not going to roll as fast as to be able to be all immune to social dance like nothing. I think probably it's going to last until beginning of 2022. That's what I believe. I hope I'm wrong. That's what I want to say. Like I hope I'm wrong, and I hope by September, October, or summer we're able to be open air without mask and everything. But I do not believe that. I believe it's gonna. Let's put it this way. I'd rather be prepared for the worst and say, we're still gonna be doing mask on January, February, and then have a nice surprise, than be waiting for that and that never happened. But if I'm not, I'm just based on what the way I see things. Probably summer is gonna go a lot better, but coming winter after, with the way the vaccine is rolling right now, we're already February, and here in the States, we haven't reached not even 10% of people vaccinated. So I don't think
Yeah,
so.
and I might add, yeah, how until now the crisis has shown us many faces, and for sure we can just say that it's very uncertain and very
Exactly, that's
unpredictable.
for sure.
And yeah, we cannot. I'm with you on your assessment. I wouldn't like to believe it's going to be that long, but it's so uncertain, and as soon as you think it's getting better, something bad comes in, and then you just kind of, okay, so half more year plus, half more year plus, half more year
Exactly.
plus, and I don't see it going really too much better, like in a short period of time. Summer is
Yes,
going to be more better because of the natural things.
definitely.
People will be more out, the sun and everything. But I do still believe that, autumn and the winter might still bring us some difficulties. So,
Yes.
but still, many things might happen, and who knows? Who knows?
Who
Let's
knows? Maybe
prepare for the
summer,
worst.
summer plus the vaccine, maybe, but that what you say is true. It's uncertain. We cannot, don't know for sure.
Great. Okay, so it's always tough speaking about predictions about this. So we'll stop it here.
Yes.
I take what you said. Let's prepare for worse, and if something happens before, that's great. So
Yes.
please continue. You were wanting to now talk about more about artist point of view, relationship, and positions in the dance community after the post-COVID. How you would love to see the artist work.
I think artists are in a very, very, very tough situation right now, because you know what we do for a living is teaching for people, teaching in public, dancing with people. So I think now that we have the opportunity to restart again, the first thing would be, uh, we need to stop comparing our community with other communities. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, what I'm trying to say is that we have, in the salsa scene, I believe salsa is a form of art now, like ballet or like hip hop or like whatever other dance. I believe salsa has a very, very good, very high level, like you say, in the past 10 years. So I think we need to believe a little bit more in our scene and try to make it professional. And make it professional means, in all aspects, being on time, rehearse every day. Like, if you have to perform on the weekend, um, respect your teachers. Try to study more so we can give more quality to our students. That is very important, to get trained, to get knowledge, in all different fronts. It's not like you said, right now, the best dancer or the best professional. It's the whole package. Maybe 20 years ago, you will get away just with being good at performing. Now you have to be good social dancing, you have to be good performing, you have to be good with your marketing, you have to be good with professionalism, you need to be good how you talk to people, how you talk with promoters, your discipline. So dancers need to understand that now it's not just dancing is like any other job, 8-10 hours a day, being in the studio, close and work towards get better. Like, think about that. Think about, like, it's not just shaking your butt. It's like you need to create your own business, right? And you are your own brand. You need to work on yourself. And I would like to see a lot more people training and doing things instead of just talking, because now with social media, I think it's good, but the same way it's hurting a lot our young dancers, right? Because now, like, you have 3,000 likes and you are an artist and you believe things. And I think things need to change a little bit. We need to give the respect to the teachers. We need to give quality to our scene. We can make this scene better. We can make it. I don't see why salsa cannot be in in a Dancing with the Stars, or salsa cannot be in a theater, or salsa cannot be in in a big concert settings, in the best places to perform in New York City. Like I don't know why not, but what I can tell you is that when little things like being punctual, like being disciplined, like train every day, they don't happen, we're never gonna get to that level, and we need to respect the fact that salsa is now a different level. Now in salsa, we see somebody that brings a little bit of ballet or jazz into our performances, or oh, what a great dancer. And
Mm.
somebody that comes with something very street, like kind of like this. It's two different worlds. I always say, like, it's great to have dancers that have technique and other stuff into our dancing, but at the same time, if they're doing that in the salsa scene, that's probably sometimes, not always, because they're not able to do it in their own scene. So they come to the salsa that everything is allowed. So we need to respect a little bit more what we do for living as an artist. You need to believe, oh, I'm a salsa dancer. I say it with pride, with proud, and work like you're part of it. Work like you live out of it, like your life depends on it. And that's the example that we need to give to everybody. My opinion.
No, it's great words. Basically, I do feel that salsa in its root is a social dance, as Dennis Champion here said in the comments. Let me bring it up. He says that, "Hey Dennis, cannot ever visual salsa with antisocial distancing and masks. This is something like out of science." I totally agree. Dennis. However, I need to give Adolfo credit for being one of the modern mambo prodigies that have opened a different space, not negating the social nature of the dance, but basically opening more space for salsa to develop with his talent, with his discipline, with his work, and with his ideas. And I do believe that only with visions of and bigger ambitions for the scene we can move forward, because without big ideas everybody will just copy everybody, everything will be the same. And basically without big ideas we had kind of at one point where salsa was stagnating, and actually I think from that stagnation some people got bored, wanted to change, wanted to go out, because there was no innovation, there was now nowhere to go from there where they've been. Thus, it helped rise of some other dancing scenes, and people were leaving salsa telling it's all boring, and partly those comments were, I believe, right, because there was no innovation. And I do believe you contribute a lot, as I said, with your concept, with your ideas, with your work. You are inspiration to many, and opening more spaces for our community to develop, which is very important. That being said, I totally agree with your comments for the artist. However, I would say those are great comments in the times, but not the COVID times. I do believe it's really tough for an artist who is not Adolfo, or not maybe one of the names, to at this time find their clients where there's no schools are closed. Actually, only way how they can reach their audience attendees is online, and probably in the local. It's tough if you don't have other jobs to continue working, to continue hoping for who knows how long. We know it is the way, as you said, this is the way we should be striving. Less talk, more work. But what would you suggest to many of the artists, as I believe, are struggling now, or maybe needed to find other jobs to survive? What would you now kind of suggest to them in the light of the COVID? How to get through this period? Is it something they can do now, or maybe just give some hope that those times that you mentioned, it will come?
I think if you're an artist, if this is your passion, you're always gonna keep doing it. Then with COVID times, if you have to clean toilets as a second job because you need to make money to live, I respect that. I think any job right now is just make it if that's gonna help you to go through these times. Like I'm not. I appreciate. I'm very thankful for being able to keep doing what I love and my main job. But if I have to go and do another job and go back to my engineering or something to maintain my family, guys, that's just life. That's what we have to do. What you cannot do is just sitting in the couch and being like, okay, I'm gonna wait for it to happen. I hope that's gonna happen. So no, you need to punch back, right? If you need to work in something else, well, you do it. You do it. You work bad. You keep your passion alive. You come back from work and start training. Start working your routine. Do your online class, even if you have 5 people. Find a way to keep connected to your passion. We have to be aware that it's very different. That you have to make your living to survive. That doesn't mean that you need to leave your passion away. That means that you probably have to find a balance on how to keep your passion alive while keep your family alive, right? Because if I'm an artist that probably I'm not able to live out of my dancing right now, but I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna sit, gonna wait for it to pass. Oh, and I just complain and oh, this is not gonna pass. I cannot work, cannot work. But then you can do another job and make some money to survive. That's what you need to do. That is a totally different a totally different aspect, but it's what I want other artists to know, even if they're not able to do that. That is I respect that a lot more than anything else. War, guys, is never something to be afraid of. Like we never know what is going to happen, and hopefully I'm going to be healthy with my legs all my life. But if something happens, I have to switch jobs. If you need to survive, survive, but don't let your passion die. Find a way to keep it alive. Find a way to keep dancing at home. Find a way to keep training. Find a way like doing it, like if you have to perform this weekend, even if you have to compensate with a regular job. But that is understandable. Nobody should critique you or make you feel bad about having another job. That would be just insane. And if you're afraid of what other artists gonna think if you are doing another job, you don't have to, because they don't pay your bills, they don't have your expenses, they don't know what you're going through. So who cares? As long as you're able to go forward, just do it.
Do you think we will be are seen after COVID? We don't know what does it mean after. Is it going to be like in 1 or 2 years, and this after might be always kind of like a transition period. So there will be still much less artists, or do you believe we are going to get back into the scene pretty quick, into the let's say back to the normal size?
I think we will reduce the art, not reduce the artists, but maybe even for being an organizer too. I believe probably at let's say that the hire of artists, right? Probably is gonna go down at 50%. That's what I believe. Like I believe it's gonna be at least a 50% less people hired. Maybe the artist gonna still wanna work, but I don't think promoters are gonna be able to right away go back 100% to where they're before. So I believe it's gonna, like if you were planning to bring, I don't know, 30 artists, probably right now you're gonna be looking to bring between 15 and 20 because you need to reduce your cost. Like that may be true or not, but I don't think the scene is gonna recover so quick. It's gonna be 1 year or two once that we get back to go back again to the level that we were before.
Mm-hmm. So
but
we have.
I'm sorry, that probably if we open again, maybe we're gonna see a growth on lessons. Maybe in the communities, people are gonna be able to have more lessons. Why? Because people have been so close so for so long that they wanna do something that they weren't doing before. They want to learn how to dance. They want to spend time with other people. So it's tricky. It's tricky. It's something
crossing fingers to that.
Yes.
Great. A question from Dominic Pesha. Hi, Adolfo. Speaking of communities, how do you think this situation will affect the small local dancing communities? How to get people back and how to attract new ones? I think Adolfo kind of just half answered that question, that people might basically want to get back to doing something more social, and dancing be one of them. But maybe Adolfo, you want to answer also something more.
Well, the best thing I have to tell you is that look, I'm in New York right now, right? I'm opening beginners lessons, right? Beginner lessons don't know who is Adolfo Indacochea. Beginner lessons don't go to YouTube to see what I have done all these 15, 16 years. So if you want to get new people interested, like you need to if you like anything that you want to develop, you have to see it as a business, right? Okay, how do I attract new people? I have to show my community the beautiful thing that is salsa, what is dancing, what is have fun, how is like something that is gonna get you off of stress, how it's gonna give you some time, some break, some exercise, and like you need to promote it like that. As a community, we need to think about how to bring new people into our salsa community, bachata community, whatever it is. We need to bring up our game in all aspects, as instructors, as schools, as that's what we have to do, to like any other industry is gonna do. Any other industry is the same way. Like if you're a lot of new businesses are gonna be opening the following year, so everybody's kind of like, it's a good way to see it. I like to see it not as how bad we were left after pandemic, but I like to see it as like, man, it's a new opportunity. Everything is starting again. It's a new opportunity to start the right way. That's how I like to see it. It's hard, of course, when you come out with after some pandemic and you lost a lot of money with your business and everything. But I think if you keep now, after all this time that we have been through it, if you keep thinking about everything that you lost or that we have lost, it's just gonna depress you. You need to think about all the good things that also has bringing us the pandemic. The opportunities.
Look, the questions are still coming, so I'm going to use your time and ask a few more questions. Hello, I can't pronounce it right, so I just say hello, Pong Tang.
Yes.
From San Francisco, if
Yes,
I remember
I
good.
know, Phone. Yes.
Yeah, yes. So she asked, she has a curious question. Will you have Mamboland New York City or maybe Mamboland East Coast?
Well, listen, I will have to lie to you if that idea haven't gone through my mind like 100 times. And of course, I have to do something like that, because that would be like the cherry on the top for Mamboland, right? Imagine a Mamboland in New York City. That will be like, I think it cannot get better than that. So definitely,
I might
yes, it's on my
visit.
plans.
I might visit if it's not June.
Of
In
course,
July.
of course. Yeah. No. Definitely. It's something that is going through my mind. Of course, I'm a newbie in the how in organizing congresses in the States, because here business work different than in Europe. So I just need to be keep rolling it little by little. But yes, it definitely is on my plans.
One more question. Mark Anthony Shepard. I know this guy from somewhere. Hello, Mark.
Hey, hi, Mark.
How did you stay motivated during these tough times? I guess this is the question that you partly also answered, but many artists are struggling with being motivated, and many professionals in this industry. So,
I think you need to realize where your motivation comes from. Like some people were performing every weekend, and they were motivated because the life that we were living, right? And maybe they feel now that they are, it just doesn't make it for me anymore, right? I'm not traveling, so maybe you just got, and they said, I'm burned out, or I'm, like I don't have any more motivation. Maybe you just, got a little bit tired, or maybe you're doing something else that you like more, or maybe like it was good while it while it was lasting, all the traveling, but now that you don't have the travel, it's not the same for you. Like, I think you need to find that motivation within yourself. Why do you do what you do? And if that's your passion, guys, like, I don't know when I'm going to perform again with a team. I already have my team in New York City, and we're rehearsing every day, and I'm rehearsing as hard as I can. Like when I was in Italy with my team, every single day, like, we're gonna have a performance this weekend, and that's the mindset I put to my dancers. I'm like, guys, we're gonna perform this weekend, so let's train hard. And that's the way I'm training every day. Like, if I'm gonna perform this weekend, do I know when I'm gonna perform again? No, but that's the motivation that I have. Like, it's my passion. This is what I live for. So I cannot just let a pandemic tell me I cannot perform, or I cannot rehearse, or I cannot train hard to keep developing my passion. So we do it, and with this group of dancers they have, they are showing me that they have the heart for it too. They're every day, they are there, and they're sweating with me. And remember, being around people that is going to inspire you too, because we said all the time, like that we artists inspire people. but it's not true. We also need people to inspire us. I need my dancers to inspire me. When I go on that on my studio and start rehearsing, it inspires me seeing other people with that will to keep growing, and that will is what tells me I have to keep doing it. I have to keep pushing because I have to be an inspiration for my community. They need to see, with a pandemic, oh, everything's closed. Adolfo open a dance studio. Adolfo is teaching. Adolfo is training like if he's going to perform tomorrow. Why? Because that is hopefully going to motivate all the dancers to keep doing the same. And little by little, that is going to help our community to get back where it was. Like maybe even a live show. Doesn't matter. All those little things, it's dancing is dancing, no matter if you do it at a congress or not. When I dance and I feel alive, and when I'm rehearsing every day, I'm not performing, but I feel alive, man. I feel like, again, like, yes, I'm living my passion. And that's why you cannot let just die because a pandemic or somebody told you cannot dance anymore. That's why we need to keep motivating people. We need to show that no matter what, I'm here standing and I'm rehearsing and I'm working as hard as before, maybe even stronger, because I'm telling you, after this pandemic, I'm just gonna come stronger. I'm not gonna come like less than what I was. I have to come stronger because that is everything is in your mindset. We need to put that. We need to push forward. Like your event. I'm sure you're not thinking, oh, let's just cover for. No, you're trying to, even if you're doing a smaller version, to do the best of it, right? And that's what all of us, we need to contribute. We need to put our little push for the community to keep having what we had before, even better. Not just that, even better.
You said it perfectly, and I would piggyback on Mark Anthony's question and connect it with your answer regarding the 50% less artists in the scene. And I would say this time is extremely testing our motivation in what we do and how we do it. And I would say that we might end up with 50% of the artists, but artists who want it more. Plus, of course, some artists will simply, maybe because of I respect the certain situation, might be extremely tough to go through this and might decide to go other way. But I would believe that this is really the test situation and calling, unfortunately, a lot of people. But I think, as you said, question yourself and see where your motivation lies. And that is really a perfect answer. And I would say also one of the great messages of this podcast. And you said it perfectly, and I think inspires a lot of people, because
Thank you.
A lot of people see you at the top of the pyramid, and hearing those words from you, they need a lead, an example. And I think you're doing a great job. One more question. One of the questions I wanted to ask you too, from Martina. Hello, Martina. I know Martina too.
Hi, Martina.
From Slovenia. What are your experience with online teaching, and do you think you could keep it as a part of your offer after we back to normal situation? Maybe through few classes or not at all. Martina is also doing stretch classes, and I think also Martina is doing lady styling classes. She is a great dancer from Slovenia. So this is very valid question for any artist that does online classes.
Listen, I will have to say, online lessons are not gonna go anywhere after the pandemic. What I mean is, like, whoever is not doing online is staying behind on the business. If you're teaching, you need to do online. Now, all my lessons, even the ones I do at school, I'm streaming them live as well. And I have Mambo Virtual Academy, that I'm proud to say is the #1 school in the world virtual for mambo dancing. And I have a great staff. And I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. So, I would like to take the opportunity to thank all my staff: Tanya, Mary, Lorenita, Gigi, Edita, Christian, all my staff, Angel, Steffi, Charlie. They're doing a great job. What I have to say is, I think online learning is great for people that already dance. For beginners, it's a little tough because, beginners, they want to be around people. They want to see it. They need that be in person. But for people that already dance, I think it's great because, for example, Vladimir, you already dance. If you take an online lesson, you have enough motivation or enough concepts to stay behind the TV and do the classes and learn from it. So let's say that you live in China. You live in China and you can afford just going to a congress like Croatia once a year, and it's going to cost you $2,000-3,000 the whole thing, right? With that amount of money, you can study 2 years online, having 15 hours a week, and bring up your level. So now a lot of people is realizing that, you know what? I cannot afford a congress every weekend, but I can afford an online school on top going to my regular school and then travel to a few congresses during the year, because online learning works. So I believe congress that doesn't have live streaming, a school that doesn't have live streaming, or instructor that doesn't have live streaming is losing big time. It's gonna lose big time because it's gonna be an extra income. The main problem that I found, as everything that normally happens in our scene, unfortunately, is that we always go for the cheap version. So with all due respect, of course, because not everybody has the opportunity to invest maybe in a good streaming service. But you go with Facebook private groups, and they cut the music all the time. You go with Instagram, and you have to have 10 steps before the student pays you for the class and just access. Like, we need to think about how Netflix does it. Netflix, you pay your subscription, boom, you have access to everything, great quality, HD video, HD audio. And the problem is that most people were thinking about doing online lessons to survive. They were thinking doing online lessons to, oh yeah, it's going to be 1 month, 2 months, and then we go back to life.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that everything, all that pandemic happened, and I saw that everybody was doing free online lessons, I was like, that this is going to be a problem. In a month, everybody's going to have problems getting people to pay for the lessons because everybody's doing free. So I was, listen, like, I respect that they're doing it for free, but I'm going to offer my services at the best quality I can do it. And if they want to study with us, good. If they don't want to, they're free to go study with anybody they like. And that's why I thought about Mambo Virtual Academy as a business to last from now until I don't know when. And that's what we deliver. We have a great platform. We have a great customer service. We have great quality, both video and audio. And we have a lot of quality lessons. And you get, like, every week at Mambo Virtual Academy is a different lesson for each single instructor. And it's like being in the, during the pre-festival weeks at Croatia. That's how I would say, like, Mambo Virtual Academy. You can study with the highest quality. And people sees that. People sees the customer service. People sees the quality. And, now it's almost a year of Mambo Virtual Academy, and we're still going strong. And, I have people that is with me since March, every single month, man. That's a lot. And that just makes me proud. But the most thing is that I have people write me from all over the world, tell me, Adolfo, thank you so much, because you're giving us the opportunity to study with you. And I'm very sad about the pandemic, but otherwise I wouldn't be able to study with you, never, ever. Now I can study with Tanya, with Adolfo, with Amneris, everybody the same week, all the time. So I think it's online is not going anywhere, man. Like, I'm going to be teaching online every single week.
Well, that's for sure. I strongly share your opinion. And this is one place where technology really gives a lot of advantage and offers people a bridge to cross the distance. As you said, people from all over the world now can join, maybe not to the full extent that live session gives, however, is the next best thing. It's much more than nothing. So I do believe those, again, who are motivated to learn will use this opportunity. But of course, I do believe still that a lot of people will simply not be so motivated and will take the classes during the events, which is also fine. But again, I agree that we would be stupid not to use all the opportunity that is offered to us and to make our business possible, but also to make more contributions to the community. So Mambo Virtual Academy, 20% with promo code Vladimir, right?
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, guys, whoever writes me from this podcast and say, listen, I saw you with Vladimir, I'll give you 20% off, no problem.
It was a joke, but Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that this was a question from Martina again, one that I wanted to ask you because I see you as being a visionary and always ahead of time. And you came with Mambo Virtual Academy really on point, on time. And now that you all mentioned, obviously brings a lot of as a quality product. And
Yes.
yeah, you deserve as Robert White from UK says, you deserve all that comes your way, Adolfo.
Thank you, Robert. You know, I love you, both of you.
So that being said, Adolfo, I think we could speak a lot more,
I
but I
know.
will now leave you to say maybe a final comment that you want to share with, although you mentioned so many much useful things and inspiring things. So feel free to share with us anything you want.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we'll then round it up.
Well, first of all, thank you, Vladimir, for the invitation. It was great to be here with you as always. And the only thing I wanted to say to everybody is uh, keep going forward, keep pushing, keep fighting. Don't sit on your couch waiting for something for the pandemic just to pass. Try to find things that are going to keep you active, that are going to help you keep coming forward to get off the hole that you are in right now. We all gonna come out of this, but it's much better we come out together. And I'm telling you, like, the only reason I'm able to come um, out of this like a winner is thanks to you, to all of you, to all the people that have supported me all these years. I'm so thankful, and the pandemic has taught me that I'm nothing but nothing without you guys' support. So with that support that you give me, we need to give the same support to all our community. They're gonna be better times. This is just this is just a little bump on the road, but be positive, try to help others, try to get things done, try to think outside the box, and always push hard. You're stronger than what you think. Be positive, wake up in the morning and think to make your day better than the day before. It's going to happen if you use your mind and you put your mind to something. Beautiful things are going to happen, and I can see it, and I can see it every day with my dancers, with my daughter. Listen, this pandemic has given me the opportunity to be with my daughter every single day. Has given me something that I never gonna be able to pay back. And I'm alive, going forward, going strong, just because of you, just because this passion that I have about mambo. So like, don't stop. Like, we're gonna be dancing again. Just keep fighting back. Don't let the moment that you feel a little bit down. Watch some videos on YouTube, put some music, start dancing. Remember, you don't need a festival to dance. You don't need a dance school to dance. You don't need an online subscription to dance. You don't need to play some music on your radio and start dancing. Be positive and get rid of everything that keeps you down, that holds you back, and fight back. We're gonna be back soon, hopefully in Croatia next year. And thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you, Vladimir, and I love everybody. Thank you so much, the salsa community, for being the way you are with me. I'm for forever grateful to you and in debt with you guys.
Thank you, Adolfo, for these positive thoughts. Really great. And I'm so happy I decided to do this. It also inspires me a lot to hear your way of thinking, how you do stuff. And the best of things is you just don't say stuff. Your work does represents you the best. Guys, thank you very much to be with us again. The Seasunsalsa podcast will be keeping connecting and bringing you these discussions and talks to stay in touch with us, to keep this community forward in this really tough times. You know yourself how tough it is, and I believe for some is very tough. But there is the light at the end of the tunnel for sure. And with the words of Adolfo, stay positive, keep pushing forward. It's and sign in to Mambo Virtual Academy. If you love Mambo, with the promo code Vladimir, 20%.
20% off Vladimir code.
Vladimir code. We leave you, and until the next time, stay safe, stay well, and work hard.
Yes,
Take care.
all the best. Bye bye.
Bye 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 bye.